Silence to me is harder than words, and oblivion replaces anger. I surrender and fall into this hopeless world. Is there another star I've never found? I don't know. In my head I still hear your voice resound. No, no, blind are your eyes. Oh, so cold is your touch. However, I need you so much. So blind are your eyes. Oh, so cold is your touch. However, I need you so much. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Wasting time that you enjoy and the wasting Is there another star I've never found? I don't know. In my head I still hear your voice resound. Oh, so blind are your eyes. Oh, so cold is your touch. However, I need you so much. So blind are your eyes. Oh, so cold is your touch. However, I need you so much. I need you so much. Need you so much.
Welcome to the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Oracle of Hard Rock Radio and check us out at our website at oracleofhardrockradio.ch. As you know, we play new non-mainstream, independent, underground, melodic rock and metal, Christian, some prog, and some thrash. We feature releases from the current year and previous year, and right now that would be 2025 and 2024. With that said, you just heard Joe Stump's Tower of Babel with Blind Are Your Eyes from the new album titled Days of Thunder, released July 4th via Silver Lining Music. The album is produced by Mark Cross, who also plays drums. In fact, the quintet is comprised of members of Yorn, Alcatraz, Scorpions, Firewind, Bruce Dickinson, Vivaldi Metal Project, and Helloween, to name a few. so they are experienced musicians. As you just heard, Tower of Babel plays 70s and 80s infused classic rock with a high level of musicianship. Joe Stump needs no introduction. The rest of the band, Mark Cross appears on more than 50 studio albums. He appeared on albums with bands Out Loud alongside with Bobcat Sionis, Helloween, God's Army, Firewind, and in 2025 he joined the Greek band Thunder Truck. When they start to release music, the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio will bring it to you. Bassist Nico Angeleri played with Yorn, one of my all-time favorites. We played a cover they did, Cold Sweat, on our John Sykes tribute show in January. Nico has also worked with Mike Portnoy and John Petrucci on workshops. Synth organist Mysteria is the mastermind behind Vivaldi Metal Project. It's all in the name. He toured with Bruce Dickinson in 2024 on the Mandrake Project. On vocals, you have Frenchman Joe Amore from the band King Crown, which started as Oblivion. Joe Amore actually started out as a drummer with the French band Nightmare and recorded 2 albums with them in the late 80s before rejoining them in 1998 for an additional 17 years. He released a solo album in 2023 via Line Music under the moniker Amore. The idea for what would be called Tower of Babel started in 2014 between Joe Stump, bassist Craig Gruber of Rainbow, Elf, and Gary Moore fame, and vocalist Zaba Zvekan. They added Mark Cross on drums and other members, but before the album could be finished, Craig Gruber died of prostate cancer on May 5, 2015. Nico Angeleri joined the band and finished the bass tracks in 2016. Tower of Babel's debut album was released in July 2017 via Line Music. Due to disagreements with the vocalist, I won't get into all the details here, the band changed their name to Joe Stump's Tower of Babel. So go get it. The 2001 Reign of Terror record titled Sacred Ground with Joe Stump and Michael Viscera was reissued this year with 3 bonus tracks. You may know Michael Viscera singing for Yngwie Malmsteen in the mid-90s. Love his performance on The Seventh Sign. He also sang in the Japanese band Loudness. Last week, Joe Stump played at the Cutting Room in New York City, co-headlining with Rob Balducci. If you were there, you witnessed one heck of a show. Both guitarists, whose styles are pretty different, were on full display. Yes, the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio was there. I won't give you a full review here, but Rob Balducci, whom we played on our first show in January, he and his band had an amazing performance. They sounded amazing. Joe Stump opened the show with an intro that laid into Bullet Train Express from his 2019 album Symphonic Onslaught and ended the night on a high note, leaving you wanting more arpeggios with the track Chasing the Dragon from his 2009 album titled Virtuosic Vendetta. Check out the band's website at towerofbabelrock.com. And kicking off the show was brand new Bangalore Choir with Bullet Train from their upcoming album titled On Target 2, which will be their 4th. You may know singer David Reese. He replaced Udo in Accept and released one album with them, 1989's Eat the Heat. This David Reese monologue could be a separate podcast. It was announced in May that Brave Words Records signed David Reese for a new studio album to release in 2026. Bangalore Choir's previous album in 2023 titled Center Mass did a decent job at capturing the classic Bangalore Choir we remember, but Brave Words Records thinks they have accurately captured 1992 this time around, hence On Target 2. Or is it a marketing scheme? Now, you won't have a reunion of the classic members on this record. They tried that in 2010, but Reese couldn't get all the members back together. They did, however, get Danny Greenberg and Kurt Mitchell and recorded 2010's Cadence, Bangalore Choir's second album, but recapturing that magic was next to impossible. The musicians on the new record to be released in 2026 are all Italian. Nothing wrong with that, and that's because David Reese lives 1 hour outside of Milan with his Italian wife. The rest of the band members live nearby, something like 10 minutes away from each other. I tell you what though, I think they did a really good job of the new track Bullet Train you just heard, especially when you consider these guys are young and did not grow up in the 80s. And an interesting fact, these musicians played on David Reese's 2024 solo album Baptized by Fire, which, by the way, is a harder-edged version of hard rock bordering on metal with a more modern approach. Not Five Finger Death Punch modern. Let's not get crazy. You still have the hooks and melodies you expect from David Reese. You know what? Let's change things up. Let's play them in the next rock block. It's still a new record. Okay, to continue, Bangalore Choir was formed after the firing of frontman David Reese from Accept with members of Hurricane Alice and Razor Maid. Guitarists John Kirk and Kurt Mitchell were in Razor Maid. Bassist Ian Mayo and drummer Jackie Ramos were in Hurricane Alice. Trivia: the original lineup consisted of Danny Greenberg on bass and Rusty Miller on drums. Another piece of trivia: David Reese and Jackie Ramos played together in a band in the early 1980s in Milwaukee. All right, you see, here's another connection. There always seems to be one in every show. And here's another one. David Reese's personal manager also managed Hurricane Alice. This guy was responsible for bringing in the Hurricane Alice guys. They debuted in 1992 with On Target via Giant Records, a Warner Brothers label, and recorded the track Angel in Black. This is an autograph cover, but Bangalore Choir does such a great job with it that is just one of my favorite tracks from them. They made it their own. Sounds like an original track to me. If you want to get pumped up, stop watching those Rocky montage videos on YouTube. Angel in Black is up to the task. If you are part of the young generation listening to this program, I strongly suggest you check out Bangalore Choir's debut record. It's a really great record all around, just a little too late at the time. Just like Lynch Mob, if Wicked Sensation was released a couple of years before, it would have been so much bigger, sold so many more copies. Timing is an aspect to success in music. Kip Winger said that back in the day, and that's what happened with his band. Yes, he was in Alex Cooper's band. Yes, he had some great songs. He co-wrote some good music with other musicians such as Kix and Kane Roberts on his Full Pull album. Love the title track. They were in Alice Cooper together. I remember it cost me an arm and a leg, but I bought the Japanese CD of that record. You see, kids, you may get a history lesson from back in the day from time to time. Here's another example. In the 1990s, I had an idea to start a reissue label to put out those albums from the 80s that were out of print, like 1985's Hurricanes, Take What You Want. I saw it on the GEM website, which is an acronym for Global Electronic Music Marketplace. How many of you remember them? Well, it is still around today. You just know them as Discogs. This was before eBay. At the time, that CD was selling for a whopping $60. I thought it was crazy. I wanted to give fans the ability at a fair price to enjoy that record and all the records that were kind of lost or out of print from that time. You couldn't listen to it anywhere. There was no YouTube, no streaming services, nowhere on the internet. But my point is, it just wasn't the right time. Today, it's a different story. Sorry about that tangent. Bangalore Choir's debut record sold 400,000 units worldwide and had around 112 stations playing their music. And seemingly out of the blue, one day they were dropped because of grunge, particularly Nirvana. Nirvana, in my opinion, put the nail in the coffin to an oversaturated market. In an interview with Metal Talk a few years ago, David Reese recalled the event. Quote, "It's over. We are dropping you." I asked if this was a joke, and they said it was no joke. We were told by Kaufman and Irving Azoff to get a day job. There is a new kid in town called Seattle, and for Bangalore Choir, it's over. End quote. The band suffered some bad luck, or whatever you want to call it, but Bangalore Choir was set to open for Whitesnake in the UK on the Slip of the Tongue tour. David Reese stated in an interview with Metal Talk in 2022 the following, quote, "The breakout for Bangalore Choir was Slip of the Tongue and opening for Whitesnake in Europe. I believe there were 40 shows planned with Steve Vai and Adrian Vandenberg and Asia. When Coverdale heard my voice, he called and complained to Howard Kaufman. I don't want that guy on the tour. It devastated us because, that was a big breakout. Kaufman looked me in the eye and goes, well, if old DC is a little nervous about you, it's a compliment. I said, how in God's name is that a compliment? I just got kicked off the tour that I've been planning for my whole life." David Reese went on to say, but it sure ripped our hearts out. I mean, David Coverdale said, nope, I will use European bands. End quote. And to add insult to injury, the whole grunge thing happened in the UK about a year after it hit the US market, but the band didn't know. I think it is reasonable to assume that if David Reese and company had known that they would have tried everything they could to make a trip across the pond to extend the life of the band. Who knows what kind of impact it would have had. Not long after, David Reese would quit the music industry altogether for about 9 years, coming back at around 2005, if my memory serves me right. His first album back is when he joined Sweden's Gypsy Rose for their second album in 2008 on Escape Music titled Another World. Gypsy Rose was laid to rest, but out of that, Reese recorded a very good album with Martin Kronlund, the guitarist for Gypsy Rose, in a 2011 release titled Solid under the Reese Kronlund moniker. He has been a very busy man as of late, so I will not run down the lengthy list of all his releases, but I will highlight some of them. Let's see, where do I start? Okay, so he recorded 2 fantastic albums with Tango Down on Kivil Records. They are Identity Crisis from 2012 and Charming Devil from 2014. He recorded an album with German band Easy Living with members of Bonfire in 2014 titled Firestorm. The following year, he joined Bonfire and recorded 2 albums in 2015 and 2016 titled Glorious and Pearls, respectively. He has released several albums in the last few years under his solo band Reese, Sainted Sinner, Iron Allies, Christian Tolle Project, to name a few, and is the sole vocalist on German bass guitarist Stefan George's 2023 album titled Swallow. Bangalore Choir released their 3rd album, Metaphor, in 2012 via AOR Heaven, one of my favorite labels. Rest in peace, AOR Heaven. And the album Center Mass 11 years later in 2023 via Global Rock Records. Interesting fact, Spirit Rider from the album Center Mass was written by David Reese and Christian Tolle, one of the guitarists from Tiffany Kills, whom we featured on our July 5th show. One more interesting fact, Bangalore Choir's debut album was never released on vinyl worldwide at the time, unlike South Gang's debut album, another band you should check out if you're not familiar with them. South Gang's debut album was not released on vinyl in the US, but it was in the UK. We will play a track from Stefan George's latest album released this past April on the next show. Check out David Reese on Facebook.com/David Reese Official. As promised, this is David Reese from his 2024 album Baptized by Fire on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Voices in the shadows wake you from your sleep. Elusive innuendo, silence in your speech. Waiting for tomorrow, nightmare on repeat. Lost souls keeping tempo, practice what they preach. Just when you think that your soul's on the mend, don't close the book, another chapter begins. No rest for the wicked to speak out in judgment day. Pestilence on full display, spreading like a plague. No rest for the wicked, evil takes no holiday. Erasing words of testament until it gets his way. Hail riding desperado, pray your soul to keep. Waiting with bravado, stealing your belief. Beautiful legato, taste so bittersweet. Nothing left to borrow, only pay for keeps. Just when you think that your soul's on the mend, don't close the book, another chapter begins. No rest for the wicked to speak out in judgment day. Pestilence on full display, spreading like a plague. No rest for the wicked, evil takes no holiday. Erasing words of testament until it gets his way. But tears are not weak, they're like flames, yeah, a burning reminder we can endure so much more, and what we can be. We are the fighters, and we live to fight another day.
You just heard Swiss farm rockers Power Hill with Bonfire from their debut full-length album just released June 27th titled Generation X via Dr. Music Records. The band is centered around two people, guitarist Sepp and the singer Veronica Torre. On drums, you have Jorg Michael from Stratovarius, Axel Rudi Pell, and Running Wild. On bass, you have Luca Gentile. This band blends Sepp's two worlds, farm and music, and we are glad it is in the vein of new classic hard rock. This band, according to the website, was formed 25 years ago in 2000. Good stuff. Go get the record via Dr. Music Records at dr-music-promotion.de. You can buy their music digitally on powerhillofficial.bandcamp.com. Follow them on Instagram at powerhill.official. Before that, you heard Took with their new single released just yesterday titled Fighters. You may not know the band, but you know the members. They are singer-guitarist Todd Kearns, Brent Fitz who plays bass, Corey Churko on guitar, and Shane Gallus on drums. You know Todd Kearns, a multi-instrumentalist from the band Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and The Conspirator, officially, right, the whole band name. He has been in the band since 2010. He is also in the band Sin City Sinners, featuring an A-list of those in the rock community. He was in the killer Canadian band Smash LA from back in the day. They self-released a record in 1990 titled Law and Authority. That's an obscure record from that time. He is in Heroes and Monsters and Blackbird Angels with Tracy Guns. He also played bass on former Skid Row Sebastian Bach's 2024 record titled Child Within the Man, actually a good record, and his solo stuff. Brent Fitz, a multi-instrumentalist, toured with Steel Heart in the 1990s and moved to LA in 1996. He was in the band Union with John Corabi and Bruce Kulick in the 90s as a drummer. Brent Fitz also joined Slash's band in 2010, with whom he is to this day. He was on Jakey Lee, Red Dragon Cartel, their debut album, as well as on albums for Gilby Clarke and Bruce Kulick. Guitarist Corey Churko is the other guitarist in Took. If the last name sounds familiar, then yes, that's because his brother is producer Kevin Churko, who has worked with Ozzy Osbourne, Five Finger Death Punch, Disturbed, and many more. Corey has performed in the Super Bowl halftime show with Shania Twain. In fact, he has been in a band for over 20 years. He has also graced the stage with Kelly Clarkson, Reba McEntire, and Slash. Drummer Shane Gallus is also a multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, producer, a graduate of the MI School of Music, is probably best known for being the longtime drummer in the Japanese rock band The Bees, who have reportedly sold 100 million records worldwide. And guess who is the guitarist for The Bees? Tak Matsumoto from TMG, or Tak Matsumoto Group, with Jack Blades from Night Ranger and Eric Martin from Mr. Big. We played a track from their new record in our inaugural show in January. Shane is also in the band Cosmo Squad. Took was formed in 2012 after the members played in a charity event. In an interview with I'm Magazine, Todd Kearns explains where the name came from. Quote, "We decided to name it the most Canadian word we could think of. If you go anywhere in Canada, people know what a toque is. It's basically a beanie with a pom-pom on top. You know, what the kids on South Park wear?" End quote. Toque is a band of proud Canadians doing this thing out of enjoyment of making music. It's fun. Toque is an underground band, even though they are superstars. They have 2 records under their belt. The first one released in 2016, consisting of Canadian covers titled Giver. Brent Fitz also plays drums on that record, even though Shane Gallus is pictured on the CD and officially in the band. Their second album, released in 2019, the first of all original material, is titled Never Enough. They will be playing in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, on September 6th at the Homestead Festival with Streetheart. And I think one of the band members, if I'm not mistaken, was born in Moose Jaw. They will also be headlining September 19th at the Vancouver Island Exhibition main stage on Nanaimo, BC. For more tour dates, go to their Instagram account at Toque Rocks, and that's TOQUE Rocks. Toque is definitely a Canadian thing. Nothing wrong with that. Their website is where you can buy their merch, is toqueband.com. And finally, kicking off this rock block was David Reese with No Rest for the Wicked from his latest solo album, Baptized by Fire, via German record label El Puerto Records. This is Throne of Iron on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
a Terminator, a dark invader looms. Funny how we all go fishing to write revisions to comfort all the fools. Waking up eliminated, decapitated tools. Final frontier is underway, coding a phrase that disobeys. Hiding beneath the looted screens, driving us off to nowhere. Secretly writing in your brain, glorified vision feeds your pain. Planting organic with disdain, spiraling up to somewhere. Always thinking our noses where they don't belong. Turn gold into roses, have together as one. All the pain that we caused can't be undone, but it made us closer together as one. Can we change our ways so we see face? Is it time for the growth and it all lies? Nothing left for you. It must not be your proof. So the skies are Mauritius dead.
You just heard the German melodic power metal band Mentalist with Together as One from their new 2025 album, their fourth overall, titled Earthshaker, via Pride and Joy Music. The band debuted in 2020 with Freedom of Speech, followed by A Journey into the Unknown in 2021 and Empires Falling in 2022. All albums have been released by Pride and Joy Music. Based in Saarbrücken, Germany, the band was started in 2018 by guitarists Peter Moog and Kai Stringer. They recruited Thomas Stauch, co-founder of Blind Guardian, on drums. They found the vocalist in Swede Rob Lundgren through YouTube. Wow. I mean, yeah, just like Justin Bieber. I still find that incredible. You heard Rob Lundgren in part one of our show singing for the American band Echo Soul. Check them out on Instagram at Mentalist Band. Before that, you heard prog rock supergroup Darwin with the track Man vs. Machine, taken from the upcoming fifth album titled Distorted Mirror, out September 26th via OOS/Phantom Recordings, just announced July 11th. Distorted Mirror is the follow-up to last year's release, 5 Steps on the Sun, and picks up exactly where the last album left off, with original and creative rock songs that continue to break new ground. The band centers around drummer Simon Phillips, vocalist Matt Bissonette, and bassist Mohini Day, lead guitar Greg Howe, and Derek Sherinian on keys. Andy Timmons, Guthrie Govan, and Billy Sheehan have also lent their talents to Darwin. Andy Timmons played on the track Seasons of a Life from their previous album. Love Andy Timmons. I remember buying his debut solo CD titled Ear Ecstasy by mail in the mid-1990s. Still have it in mint condition. Hopefully I can get it signed one of these days. Anyway, Matt Bissonette played with David Lee Roth in the 80s on bass. Simon Phillips replaced Jeff Porcaro in Toto after he passed in 1992. Simon Phillips also co-produces and oversees the finished masters for the Darwin records. Greg Howe, well, I don't know if he needs an introduction, to be honest. He has recorded 10 solo records. I remember when I first heard of Greg Howe. I was a teenager and he just came out with his debut record on Shrapnel in 1988, and I went and bought the vinyl. I was thrown aback. The last time I felt this way was when I heard Vinnie Moore the year before on a college radio station. They played Life Force from his debut 1986 record titled Mind's Eye. Of course, I had to have that record too. These musicians are of the highest caliber. Go pre-order the album now at darwin.tmstor.es. Their Instagram handle is OOSDarwin. Kicking off this rock block was USA's Throne of Iron with the track The Final Rage from their 2025 album titled Adventure 2 via No Remorse Records. Formed in 2018, they released their first full-length album Adventure 1 in 2020 by the same label. They brand their music as, quote, dungeon crawling heavy metal, end quote. From Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Hoosiers, the band consists of Tucker Thomason, formerly of Thor Axe, on vocals and guitars, Jacob Lett on drums, Corwin Deckard on guitar, and Arzab of the Howling Abyss on bass. These guys have a sense of humor. This is how guitarist and vocalist Tucker Thomason came up with the band name. Quote, this may come as a shock to some, but the name of the band didn't come from Game of Thrones, but rather I was bench pressing one night and just thought of Throne of Iron as a kenning of sorts for my bench and squat rack, and then I thought it sounded like a super tough and hard band name, end quote. If their lyrics aren't obvious, the band's lyrics are fantasy-laden and their childhood influence of playing Dungeons and Dragons. In fact, also, both guitarists come from a heavy Tolkien background, which is influenced in their lyrics as well. Check them out on throneofiron.bandcamp.com. Here is where you can buy digital and physical copies of their music, as well as a robust selection of merchandise. Their Instagram handle is at Throne of Fire Metal. Oh, no, I'm sorry. At Throne of Fire on metal. Sorry about that. This is Sticks and Stones on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
It seems you fall into weakness. So that we may thrive in the name
just heard Cambodia's The Who with a remix of This Is Mongol featuring William Duval and Trevor McNevin, taken from their 2025 EP released in June titled Echoes of Thunder via Better Noise Music. This is a digital only EP. It is available on their Bandcamp page. The EP was released to satiate their legion of fans while they wait for a third album. Frontman Gala said this about the EP, quote, "I'm glad that our label partners at Better Noise Music suggested this EP because, as I like to say, from classic rock to heavy metal, our genre of Hunu rock has no limits. The Echoes of Thunder EP presents an opportunity for more collaborations with different artists to expand on our original music," end quote. The Who are a modern rock band that infuses music from their own culture. I love it when that happens. So, who are the two names featured in the track I decided to play? William Duval is the co-lead vocalist for Alice in Chains. Trevor McNevin is the frontman for Christian rock band Thousand Foot Crutch. This Is Mongol receives a dynamic remix treatment by Trevor McNevin, working under his remix alias T-Rock. T-Rock brings his signature energy to the track, layering in additional vocal and lyrics that both complement and expand upon William Duval's original version. The Who, or Hugh, I think it's The Who, right? Were formed in 2016. They debuted in 2019 with the Geleg via 11/7 Music, followed by Rumble of Thunder in 2022. They covered Metallica's Sad But True and Iron Maiden's The Trooper in their own style, and it came out amazing. Why am I playing The Who? If you asked if we only play non-mainstream independent underground rock. Well, yes, I made an exception this time, and because of this, I added The Who as an extra song in the show so as not to take away time and push back other artists we scheduled to play tonight. To answer the question, you may know this already, I don't know. I just wanted to display that our music genre is created and played in every corner of the world, while also showing how timeless the music the pioneers of this genre we grew up created. Our genre is a universal language. As I mentioned earlier, you can buy their all-new digital EP from thewho.bandcamp.com. You can also buy The Trooper on vinyl. Side A is The Trooper and Side B is Tartar Warrior. You can visit their website at thewhoofficial.com and follow them on Instagram at thewhoofficial. Before that, you heard Sweden's power metalers Insania with Fire From Above, taken from the new album, their sixth, titled The Great Apocalypse, released in June on Frontier's label group. This follows the album 5, the Roman numeral for 5, from 2021. The band's current lineup consists of Miko Korsback on drums, Eric Arco on bass, Niklas Dahlen on guitar, and Ola Holland on vocals and guitar. The first version of Insania was formed in 1992 by drummer Miko Korsback and guitar player Henrik Juhano. Bass player Thomas Stolt was added to the lineup shortly after, and a few other musicians were also part of the band for short periods of time. Miko took it upon himself to sing, even if he was playing the drums at the same time, but it didn't work out. Their debut album was released in 1999, titled World of Ice. They released 3 more albums by 2007 before going on a hiatus. Following the signing with Frontiers to release 5, Insania started to bring again back to metalheads around the globe their power metal attack, revitalized with the addition of singer extraordinaire, as they describe him, Ola Holland, not that I disagree, who can be heard on the 14-minute track, which is a title track, placed as the final track on the new album, which is a manifestation of the band's sound. Check them out on facebook.com/Insania Stockholm. Kicking off this rock block were Canada's Sticks and Stones with How Does It Feel, taken from their debut full-length independent album titled Dead Memories. The band was started in 2014 by brothers Robert and Nicholas Lisanti through the School of Rock program at their school. The brothers do all the songwriting and hire players for touring. The brothers are currently studying biochemistry at the University of Toronto. Sticks and Stones recently toured with LA Guns, where they were brought on stage and introduced, which I thought was very cool. They also have shared the stage with John 5, Dead Daisies, Buck Cherry, and Nita Strauss. Sticks and Stones will open up for the Lazies July 26th at Lee's Place. Check them out on Instagram at Sticks and Stones Band. All right. And coming up right now is Sweden's Flight of Icarus. Flight of Icarus. Sorry. This is Flight of Icarus on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Every time you come around
You just heard Brazil's Malvada with the track Dead Like You, taken from their self-titled sophomore album released in June on Frontier's label group. This is their first record singing in English. There are a few tracks sung in Portuguese. Their debut album was released in 2020 titled A Noite Vai Ferver, translated to The Night Will Be Hot or The Night Is on Fire, via Brazilian label Shinigami Records. I was anticipating this album coming out for a while as the label started to advertise it a year ago, and now it is sold out on the label's website. In 2023, Malvada added singer Indira Castillo and Rafaela Heoli on bass. The new lineup captured the attention of Frontiers. This new record was produced by Brazilian Grammy Award producer JUL. Check them out on Instagram at Malvada Banda. Before that, you heard Gothenburg, Sweden's Flight of Icarus with God Bless, taken from their third album titled Terra Nova, released in June via Battle God Productions. The album artwork was created by Flight of Icarus's manager Oz Haw Peterson, guitarist for Osukaru, and Oz Haw Peterson's Rendezvous. Been an Osukaru fan for a while. In fact, and I don't mean to get off topic, but I think they released a record last year in 2024, didn't they? Yeah, they did. It's a self-titled record, Oz Haw Peterson's Rendezvous. It's a self-titled record. Okay, I do have that. So since it was released in 2024, it's still considered new, and so we'll have to get it on the show. All right, I'll figure it out. Getting back to Flight of Icarus, Terra Nova is available on digital, CD, and vinyl. The CD does contain an exclusive bonus track that you cannot get on the vinyl or digital. It is a unique rendition of Iron Maiden's classic Flight of Icarus, of which the band took their name. Flight of Icarus are Elizabeth Rosenhag on vocals and Oscar Franzen on guitar, bass, and keyboards. That's the band. The drums are played by Magnus Dahlin of Walking Corpse. Check them out on foistore.bandcamp.com. That's FOI as in the band's name. And on Instagram at Flight of Icarus Band. Thank you all from the deepest recesses of my heart for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. Spread the word. Much love to you all. Take care of each other. Until next time, ciao.